What is going on, guys? So today we're checking out the brand new Soul Emotion Max wireless active noise canceling headphones. But before we jump into all the details on these guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is JDubb, and I'm here to help you guys make a better tech buying decision. Now, if that sounds cool to you, please consider subscribing to the channel, and if you do, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my latest reviews. Now, with that said, let's check them out. Now, as usual, let's first talk about the design. Now, I have the blue version. They come in blue, black, or beige. This is the navy blue version. I like to mix it up every once in a while. I feel like I always either get black or white. And so when I get the option, I like to pick something a little bit different. And so this time I got this kind of dark blue color. And what I like about these is they've done a great job. It's an all matte finish, right? With a little bit of glossy hints here and there. But for the most part, it's a nice kind of toned down matte finish. And I love that style and that feel. It's a very unassuming pair of wireless headphones. And it's just a very clean looking design. Now, they have all the controls that you need on the headset itself on the left side. So while you're wearing them, all of your controls are on your left side. You've got your 3.5mm headphone jack. You've got a USB-C charging point. You've got volume controls, which are also double as skip and reverse tracks. You've got your ANC switch, which I love. I don't know why companies don't use switches or buttons directly. Sometimes they have you kind of double click or push and hold or triple click something to turn it on. I love a good just on and off tactical feel. Very, very solid. You get a separate power button, which obviously works also as your your push and hold down to put it into pairing mode, things like that. But it's very, very straightforward. Everything that you need is on one side, very conveniently laid out, and they did a great job as far as that goes. The comfort of these is very, very nice. These ear cups are super, super soft, very supple, very comfortable. The faux leather is just a nice, soft, just a very nice tactical feel. And the headband also has that same very soft padded feeling. Overall, a very well-designed pair of headphones. So now let's talk about some of my favorite features. Now, just a quick disclaimer before we jump in and talk about all the features. This is not going to be a full exhaustive breakdown list of all the specs that this thing has to offer. These are just some of my favorite features of the Soul Emotion Max. If you want to see the full listings, hit the link down in the description below, head over to the Amazon page, and you can learn everything that you could possibly want to learn about these headphones. So now, let's jump in. So now the first feature I should mention that's technically kind of a feature, it's more of a design feature, but just bear with me here. As I mentioned, you have the very soft kind of faux leather ear cups. One of the really cool things is that they come packaged with mesh replacement ear cups that you can actually just pop on there if you prefer that. So you can kind of pick specifically, do you like the faux leather? Maybe so. Maybe if you're working out and you're gonna be sweating, that faux leather gets a little sticky and a little bit insulative and you want something that breathes a little bit more, pop on the mesh and you're good to go, right? So that is a really nice feature. And the fact that they come with them, right? You don't have to even buy them separately. They just come in the package is huge. So that, in my opinion, guys, from Soul over there, people that are designing this stuff, that's a great, great feature. And thank you for packaging them with, not adding them as an additional accessory. It's very, very nice. Super, super thumbs up on that one. Now, moving on from there, 38 hours of battery life on a single charge. Pretty impressive. Very happy with that. 24 hours and up is typically what I'm looking for. Now that is the number. If you have ANC turned on completely 100% of the time, 24 hours of battery life, which is great. I don't know anybody that listens to 24 hours straight of audio, but if you were and you needed active noise cancellation the entire time, you're good to go. But 38 hours without active noise cancellation is a great performance and definitely a big selling point of the Emotion Maxes that I was very, very happy with. Another big feature that I really, really enjoy, especially from a tech reviewer standpoint, I have multiple phones that I'm testing at any given time. I'm testing out all sorts of stuff. They have multi-device support, so you can actually pair two different devices to your headphones at the same time. Now, I mentioned one way I would use it, right? If I had multiple phones. You wanna know how I actually have been using it? I have it synced to my phone, which has been great, so I can listen to my music, I can do my stuff, I can head out the door, I'm good to go. But my TV is also Bluetooth. I have these paired secondarily to my TV, so at night, when everybody's asleep and I wanna watch Star Wars on like max volume with crazy sound, and I can't use the sound system for the TV, I turn these guys on, connect them to my TV, and I don't have to go through the pairing process again, and I'm good to go. And I can listen to my audio perfectly here, sit in front of the TV, just like blasting to an amazing movie, and I'm good to go, and nobody hears anything, and it works perfectly. So The multi-connection point, the 2-device support is fantastic. Now these guys also feature a 40mm driver with aptX and AAC support. So latency between YouTube and Netflix and streaming stuff on your phone or on my TV, as I mentioned, has been 0. The latency has been fantastic. I've had no issues whatsoever with that. And the AAC and the aptX, all that kind of combined has created great sound quality overall. So coming through those 40mm drivers, audio quality has been good, but let me talk to you a little bit about what that actually means. So sound quality is one of those subjective kinds of things, right? Everybody hears a little bit different, likes something a little bit different. For me, the Soul Emotion Maxes have been very, very nice. A very clean sound signature across the board. That is my personal preference, right? I'm not a big bass head kind of guy. Now there's music, specific soundtracks that I like to listen to in music and the movies and things like that. I need some bass, right? I need the boom going on when there's movies and explosions and stuff going on, right? And when I listen to specific types of trap music and stuff, I want that bass to be present. And it is. It's not the deepest, strongest, most sub-note bass you're gonna find. So if you're a bass head, these may not be your thing. But if you like bass, mids, and highs well represented, the Emotion Max do a great job. So if you're looking for an overall sound signature that'll just keep you happy regardless of what you're listening to or watching, these guys do the job. Now on the sound quality or sound side of things, the last thing I want to talk about is the active noise cancellation, because this is the area where I was a little bit underwhelmed. I feel like it took a backseat to pretty much everything else. Sound quality was great, design's been awesome, you know, the accessories that you get are fantastic. They've done a great job across the board on all that. Active noise cancellation, I just feel like it wasn't quite as strong as I had hoped, right? If you commute a lot, if you're traveling a lot, if you use it a ton, it's gonna get the job done. It's gonna do it well enough. It's gonna definitely reduce that background noise. But in its price point, I feel like there's others that do it better, right? There's a better active noise cancellation out there. I feel like Soul just didn't quite hit it right here. And I'm not sure if that's just because the materials itself have audio bleed, right? So that you kind of get that background noise that just kind of comes through the kind of the plastic design. I'm not really sure what's causing it, but I feel like it just wasn't quite there. So with all that considered, at the end of the day, what does JDubb think? Right? Are these a big time recommendation pair of wireless headphones? I'm not completely sure. Okay, from a design standpoint, yes, these are great. Audio quality, I was very happy with them. Could use probably a little bit more bass to kind of spread it out and make some of the bass heads a little bit more happy. But if you're looking for a solid sound signature, again, across the board, these are a great pair of wireless headphones. Active noise cancellation was a little on the bummer side. So if that's something that is very, very important to you, these may not be the right headphones for you, okay? You may need to find something else kind of in that price range. I feel like, again, there's stuff in that price range that do it a little bit better. So just keep that in mind. If active noise cancellation isn't that big for you, like me, I don't use it all the time. It's not something I just totally rely on. That's not a killer for me. If you're in that same boat, definitely something I would consider checking out if the price were to squeak down just a little bit more. At this price point, they're definitely solid. Okay, you're gonna do okay. I would like to see them squeak down a little bit more in price. I feel like these are a tad bit overpriced for what you end up getting, but I'll let you guys be the judge of that. And if you are the judge of that, let me know down in the comment section below if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Let me know what you think about the specs, the price, the features. I'm always curious to hear what you guys think, and I try to reply to as many comments as I possibly can. But guys, as usual, that is it for me, and I'll see you in the next review.